Assalamu alaikum students, hope you will be fine and enjoying good health. Welcome to online class of English B. Today we are going to start from page number 72 in exercise 5. We were learning about adverbs. You know that adverbs are the words that tell us more about verbs. Let's start today's lesson. Adverbs show how actions compare with each other. For example, I arrived early, Tom arrived earlier, Bill was earliest. Here they are making a comparison. Many regular adverbs add er or est to show comparison. Circle the correct adverb in the bracket. Eric can run faster than Jeremy. This is name of someone. Because they are making a comparison between two persons, so comparative degree faster is being used. I'm sorry I couldn't come any sooner. Again, comparative degree will be used. I ride further to school than Elsa does. Again, comparison between two people and comparative degree is being used. Jake arrived late for school. They are talking about one person, so positive degree will be used. But Tim was even later. Now, in the second sentence, there is a comparison between another person, so later will be used. The teacher told us we would all have to work harder. Adverbs ending in ly and some irregular adverbs require more or most or less or least to show comparison. Highlight the correct word in the brackets. As each hour passed, the train fell more heavily. Before heavily, we will use more. Sarah dances less gracefully than Esther. Out of everyone in my class, Jason is more often late for school. We both sing well, but Josh sings more confidently. As we climbed further, the mountains rose more steeply. Can you please walk more slowly? I can't keep up. Gemma is the girl who is less often in trouble. Adverbs also modify and intensify adjectives. Jim is very tall and quite thin. Here, very and quite are intensifying adjectives, so they are adverbs. He is incredibly smart. Here, incredibly is adverb because it is intensifying an adjective. The next exercise is complete each sentence by choosing suitable adverbs from the box. Here some adverbs have been given and you have to choose the appropriate ones to fill in the blanks. The whole building was constructed from entirely new materials. The journey was extremely long and too tiring. She was feeling very lonely and really unhappy. The horse galloped amazingly fast and jumped the gate quite easily. The bananas are overly ripe and the oranges are almost green. I had a fairly strange dream that seemed somewhat real. Next we are going to learn about questions, that how adverbs are used to form questions. Some adverbs are used to ask questions. Where is the Great Pyramid? Here, where is adverb? How was it constructed? When was it finished? Why was it built? Here, the first words that make the question are adverbs. Choose an adverb to ask these questions. When would you see lions and zebras in the wild? When are the next Olympic Games? Why are you wearing old socks? Where do snakes go in winter? When do I get to the train station? Why aren't you dressed in your school uniform? Next exercise is choose how, when, where or why to complete these sentences. Dad asked me why I left the shed door open. I don't know where he's going or when he'll be back. Could you show me how to make clay animals? I know where the race is, but I don't know when it starts. I wondered why everyone laughed when I entered the room. Some adverbs express how often we do things. Here are the adverbs that tell how often we do things: seldom, often, occasionally, regularly, usually, sometimes, rarely, daily, weekly or monthly. The adverbs phrases possibly and probably. Express probability. Now the last exercise is choose 5 adverbs and write 5 sentences. Choose any 5 adverbs of your own choice and make sentences. I have chosen early, never, there, very, when. Early, I always get up early. Never, he will never tell a lie. There, sit there and have your lunch. Very, my door is very beautiful. When will you go to Karachi? Now solve these 2 pages on your book and learn them. In English B, another topic that we are going to cover is the tense past perfect continuous tense. The recognition of this tense is similar with that of past continuous tense. Both these tenses end with raha tha, rahi thi, rahe the, but there is a difference. Let's read the information written here. This tense is used to talk about an action that started in the past and continued until another time in the past. The sentences in this tense end with raha tha, rahi thi, rahe the. But here in this tense, the difference from the past continuous tense is that to show the time we use since and for. For example, if we will say the child was crying, it is past continuous tense. But if we will say that the child had been crying for 2 hours, then it will become past perfect tense, because here we have mentioned the time or duration of the action. Affirmative sentences. Methodology. Subject plus had plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus object plus since or for plus time and then full stop at the end. Before moving towards the examples, let's know the use of since and for. For is used for period of time. For example, for 2 days, for 3 weeks, for 3 years. Then when we will talk about period, we will use for, and when we will talk about point in the past, a certain time in the past, then we will use since. For example, since morning, since yesterday, since 1990, since Monday, since March. When we will talk about a certain time or point in the past when the action started, then we will use since. Let's read the examples. बच्चा सुबह से रो रहा था. The child had been crying since morning. परिंदे 2 घंटे से हवा में उड़ रहे थे. The birds had been flying in the air for 2 hours. In the first sentence, we know about the exact point when the action started, सुबह से. Then we will use since. Here we have a period, so we will use for 2 hours. Negative sentences. Methodology. Subject plus had plus not plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus object plus since or for plus time and then full stop at the end. वो 1996 से आला तरीम हासिल नहीं कर रहा था. He had not been getting higher education since 1996. वो कई सालों से मेरी नसीहत पर अमल नहीं कर रहा था. He had not been acting upon my advice for several years. Interrogative sentences. Methodology. Had plus subject plus been plus first form of verb plus ing plus object plus since or for plus time and then question mark at the end. क्या गरीब लड़का 2 दिन से भीख मांग रहा था? Had the poor boy been begging for 2 days? क्या अदारे हफ्ते से बंद हो रहे थे? Had the institutions been closing since Saturday? Here hafta mean the day of week, not 1 week or 2 weeks. Don't forget to put the question marks at the end of interrogative sentences. Now practice these sentences on your notebook and learn them. Thank you for listening. Allah Hafiz.